In Victorian days, women's place was in the House, but not the House of Commons or the House of Lords.
50 years ago today, the 19th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution gave women the right to vote.
Liberation now!
It turned out there really weren't a lot of would-be liberated women willing to stop their work for the day in New York. Early demonstrations tended to be small, and the onlookers were by no means always sympathetic.
On this anniversary, a militant minority of women's liberationists was on the streets across the country to demand equal employment for women.
Women.
Women's
Women.
Women. Women.
Women.
Women's
Women.
Women. Women. Women.
It means equality, really. It means equality for men and women. And that's something that we are really interested in, that we're not just here to kind of talk about women's experiences, but also talk about what it means for men.
At the heart of it is equality and aspiration and eventual attainment of gender equality. But it's also, I think, about kind of sort of creating kind of culture in a society where women are valued and recognised to an equal value with men.
Feminism to me means equality.
It's about people being represented in a fair way, and it means everybody having a fair voice in society.
Feminism means to me being strong and independent as a woman, and self-respecting and knowing who you are and what you believe in.
On my degree, the fine art degree, I had no female tutors, and we protested about that without consciously thinking it was a feminist action, and we fought to get a female tutor.
I think just through art school, through education, being, you know, confronted with kind of sort of ideas, being confronted with artists, with activists, where there's a kind of questioning. I think, you know, I'm an artist, so I'm looking at kind of sort of culture and cultural representations. And if you're an artist or a cultural producer, you've got to be aware of the political and social forces that affect cultural representation. So gender is one of those. So I think it's always been really, really important to me from that aspect.
I think it's something that was kind of always on in the back of my mind. I was always aware of it. I was always more friends with boys when I was younger. So as you get older into your teen years, you kind of notice that some things are more available to boys than they are to you.
I think because of what's happening in this country politically and what's happening socially, that there's been a much more kind of politicized generation that we're seeing coming through, you know, as our students right now.
I think the problem that we have is the word feminism. I think there are people with vested interests who have abused that term to a point where actually people don't really understand what feminism is.
It's definitely becoming more inclusive, which is a good thing. In the past it's been very much a white women's movement. As feminists we need to try and step away from immediately.
The burning of the bra symbolised getting rid of the stereotypes and the misconceptions of what feminism has been or has been perceived as in the past. I see feminism progressing in today's society as I think it's just growing and building. I think a lot more people are aware of it, and social media kind of helps, and the press, and I think it is around a lot more these days.